Okay. So, this morning started off very interesting. Dealing with stalkers. You know, the gang stalkers. I saw at least 8 cop cars this morning. So, and then even when I even got into this area, there was like cops, like arresting people in the front and like all sorts of stuff. And then I posed the question. You know, I'm sitting here by myself. Nothing's going on. The entire lake area is empty. And I posed the question to myself, you think they're gonna try and stalk me today? You think someone's gonna show up and sit right in front of me? And guess what? Literally 10 minutes later, we got him right there. And then another one, he came over and set his stuff right over near me. So we'll go ahead and videotape him. This is just so you can see, and just to be honest, look at where I'm sitting. I'm right here. There's a lot of places you can sit, but he's sitting right in front of the tree, like that. And another one's coming. So I think it's best just to acknowledge what's really going on. And show them for who they are.
How you doing, man?
Better than you. Gang stalkers is what they are. So now one of the things that they do, and I've been going through this over and over again, is they try to interrupt your peace. They try to interrupt your comfort. Now, just letting you know, look at the entire lake. Okay? There's an entire lake right here. And I've been here. I've done many videos. Remember remember that one video? In the morning, I had been harassed by police officers for like 3 or 4 hours. And then I showed up here and made a video and noticed that there were like fishermen everywhere on the lake. There was like at least 15, 16 of them. Or 12 of them, a dozen. There was like every single place there was a fisher person. Someone had placed the order to have their drone people, their machine people, their fucking slaves come out here and do whatever it is. Right now they keep trying to give me the message to fling my phone into the water. That's one of the messages that they're giving me right now. And I just want to communicate to this, like, you know, there's a lot of places where you can sit and you can relax. And just, if you take a look at that video where I showed that there was like 12 fishermen all around, like there's plenty of places that you can go. And I said this morning to myself, personally, you think any gang stalkers are going to show up and sit right in front of me? It's the first thing that happened. That's one of the first things that happened. And here they are. I'm over here. And I've been sitting over in the other corner as of late, but yesterday I had someone coming and bothering me over there. And right now they're sending me messages saying, don't come near me, don't come near me. But they're near me. They can go anywhere they want on the lake. They're the ones sitting right next to me. Now, it's not a big deal. I get that people like to fish. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that people like to do. You know, around here. But they especially like to do it next to me. One of the things that I know that has been going on is that I've been in, like, these people are kind of like stalkers. They call them gang stalkers. But there really are stalkers. Meaning that you don't really want them around, and they just keep showing up and coming near you. And some of them even want to touch you. That's one of the things that I've been dealing with as of late. them trying to actually physically touch you. And that's one of the issues when you deal with police officers. Because they're stalkers also. And then they've created these, and they're basically like gang members. These gang members, gang stalkers, see, the term works. I'm telling you, the term works. They're a gang and they stalk. And they've come up with these rules for their gang, and they want you to participate in their rules that they've created for their gangs because they've got weapons. And they use the excuse that everyone has decided these rules. Go ahead and take a look. I want to know when the last time any of you have participated in the creation of these laws in which for example, here's a law. One of the laws are, for example, on the beach, you're not allowed to put a towel on top of a bench. You see this right here? There is a law that says that you're not allowed to put this thing on top of this. I'm trying to figure out who in the fuck came up with that one. Which one of you? And whoever it is, if you're a citizen, you should be flung into a volcano. And the law, and whatever the law is that came out of your mouth. It's not. They're lying. When I was attacked by the police officers that night, when they came up and started, and I put it on, and it's on video. They were talking about how I need to, am I a man of integrity? And basically, they were accusing me of stealing a pillow. And they just kept talking about integrity and integrity. And, these are the same people that are stalking and are part of the gang stalking. Right here. As you see them. Right here. This is them. As you can see, now it doesn't look like they're doing anything. But if you understand, if you are part of this community, and I'm not saying that any of you are actually competent and able to understand this type of stuff. I really think that everyone's a machine, except for me. But I'm still going to tell the story that these people have devices in them. Chips. And they're like walking internet portals, walking machines. And just like a cell phone, how a cell phone will pick up a signal from a cell phone tower, and there's a couple of cell phone towers around here. They've gotten the signal, they've gotten the messages, and it's been broadcasted, and now they're going to try and attack me somehow. And it could be any number of ways. They might even have weapons built into their bodies. Believe it or not. And so that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with these gang stalkers that actually have technology embedded into their bodies. And they take instruction, and then they will come and attack you. And you won't be able to see it, but you sure as hell will feel it. And not only that, you'll notice it because, again, I'm right here. I'm sitting right here. There's a huge ass lake. Where they at? Right in front of me. Now, they make it so that you can't just go up to them and punch them in the face and say, "Okay, well, you're a problem for me. You're bothering me." They make it so that you can't necessarily do that. You've got to they actually make it just like a stalker. They make it so that you actually have to deal with them. So imagine you see, no, this is what it's like to me. It's like, imagine if you are being stalked and there's not one restraining order other than being able to psychically kill them because the police are in on it. And so there's not a restraining order that will work because they will just keep coming after you. And not only that, there's a lot of them. All of you are potentially stalkers, gang stalkers. Kind of like the Matrix where everyone became kind of like Agent Smith. It's kind of like that. where at any point in time, no such thing as time, but at any point, someone can infiltrate their bodies and take them over, and they have no choice in what they're doing. That is the only reason. That's one of the only reasons why I can figure why no matter what happens, every time I come here, someone's got to be sitting in front of me and harassing me. One of the things that they've been trying to make me do as of late is poop. They keep trying to do that. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's a very childish, immature thing that someone keeps coming up with. But I have noticed that they have been on the regular trying to get me to poop and pee. One of the things that I've realized also is that they have a lot of anger issues. I'm guessing because of the lying and the stealing makes someone very angry. Maybe it's frustration. I don't know. But they certainly have been trying to force that type of anger on me in different ways. And this is kind of a part of it, the gangstalking. So, one of the things that's interesting is that that people are bothering you. And it makes you angry. Not only that, they're psychically attacking you. Mentally attacking. I don't know if it's psychic, but it's mental attacks. And who knows what type of weaponry they've got installed inside their bodies. And so it's like a whole thing of attacking. And I showed you the drones. Those things try and communicate with me at all hours of the night. And in fact, there are points in which I literally fall asleep 2 dozen times in one night because of them. Just constantly falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, waking up. That's them. That's a part of their harassment, so you don't get any sleep. And as of late, this morning, actually, one of the major issues that they've been trying to force on me is not eating. That's one of the major issues in which I have to deal with on a regular basis with them. And I'm telling you, it's the craziest shit. Like, I'll go into a store to get some food, and I'll see cop cars just circling. This morning, I went and grabbed some food. As soon as I got out, a cop car passes me. And in the meantime, while I'm thinking about getting food, as soon as I walk into a store, conveniently, the people will be exactly where the food is that I want to get. They'll be right there waiting. That's a part of the gang stalking. That's a part of the anger. It's a complete manipulation of what you're doing by listening into what your thoughts are and predicting what you might be going and doing. And so it's not just showing up here. It's also being in the location in which you may go to even eat. And they might be there waiting for you and trying to prevent you from doing stuff. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't have any money. So I get food in various ways. And I'm going to survive any way that I can. I'm not going to allow some asshole in a cop car with guns to tell me what to do and to intimidate me. I don't give a fuck who they are. They're just gangs. They're gang members trying to eat well, sleep well, and do all this other stuff. So I'm not going to pay attention to what they got to say. But it is interesting to see that even as you try and go and get food, they're there. Even as I'm sitting down and relaxing, they're there. Everywhere you go, they're there. And so it's time for y'all to get the fuck out.